Hello everyone. Good evening. Good evening everyone. How y'all doing today? Thank you for joining. Keith, Maxi, how are you? Thank you for joining. Happy work week. Okay. Paul, how you doing, man? Thank you for joining. Natalie, thank you. Thank you for coming. Hey. How y'all doing? Raymond, good to see you, brother. Are you still in the bag? My own brother right here. My own brother from my mother is here too. My brother Ismail is here. Hey. How are you? Good, Raymond. Doing great. Doing great. Thank you for inviting the followers. Okay, Henry, what's up? What's up? Okay, Natalie, good to see you. All right. From here, from the bag. Okay. Love Trap in the house. All right. I'm just gonna start real quick because tonight's session will be a little bit probably long, but I'll do my best to keep it short. Here's my brother. AM UTC 33. That's my own brother Ismail right there, from my mother. How's mom doing, man? Okay. So yes, my brother's also in scope from Saudi Arabia. Woohoo! Man, you can watch I'm scoping. That's awesome. All right, so cool. Let's do this. Want to tell you real quick that today's topic is about how to install. Thank you. How to install WordPress, like a self-hosted WordPress on your web hosting. And Bridget, she basically asked me this question. She was having some problem on how to on how to install a WordPress platform on a new domain. And Bridget, if you can give me your emojis, she is a foodie blogger. She uses blogger.com, but she wants to upgrade and go with the self-hosted. So what I'm going to do for you guys, I'm going to show you step by step how to install the WordPress. Then after that, I'll talk about some of the strategy on how to. There you go. So there you go. That's Bridget right there. Then I'm going to talk about some of the strategy on how to actually build a website, because one of the main mistakes, that a lot of people do before they build a website, it's a WordPress. No Dreamweaver. Yeah, WordPress. A lot of people do, a lot of businesses make this mistake before they start a website. They tend to ask few questions. They tend to analyze few things before they jump into the actual work. So before you have a website, you have to have a few questions. The question number one is, who's your target market? Like, who is your customer? You have to make clear who is your customer that is going to visit your website, that is going to buy from you. That has to be very, very clear. Why? Because if I'm selling cupcakes for wedding planners, that means whatever I put on the website has to be about the wedding planners. It's going to be the message for them and all the images for them. So that's my target market. Does that make sense? Secondly, what kind of call to action do you want to put on the website? What I mean by that, do you want them to call you? Do you want them to set up an appointment with you? Do you want them to opt into an email list? That has to be clear, and you have to make that decision right now. Okay, that's number two. Number three, which is kind of close to number two, people who like bug spray is target market. Yes, that's an inside joke, bug spray. So, and you also need to understand something called the UX factor or the usability factor. You have to know exactly when your visitor hit the website. You have to make it very easy for them in terms of what they're looking for. Don't make your website very complicated. Don't put too much stuff, too many pages that you're going to confuse them. Keep it very simple. If you have 5 pages, keep it to 5 pages. So number one is you have to understand who's your target market. You have to identify your audience. You have to identify your audience, your target market, who they are, because your messages, your information is going to be to them. Does that make sense? All the marketing strategies will be to them as well. So that's number one. Number two is, what do you want them to do? Like when they visit the website, right? When they visit the website, what do you want them to do? Do you want them just to kind of sit around there, looking around, trying to figure it out? You only have 2 seconds to make the proper impression. If they can't figure out what this website is about, they're going to leave right away. So you have to make sure, like, what do I want them to do, right? Do I want them to call me? Do I want them to subscribe to my email list? Do I want them? I can't even talk. Do I want them to buy a product? Does that make sense? So that has to be clear. Make a decision what you want to do. Number three, call to action. What kind of call to action do you want to put on the website? Call me now, or opt into the list, get a free offer, that kind of stuff. And number four, make sure that the pages are easy. Don't put too many complicated stuff, like homepage, about me, work with me, services, contact us, blog. That should be enough. If you put like 20 pages, any recommendation on how can I get a build also? Yes, that's what we're talking about today. That's the whole thing. So you have to think of ease of navigation. The navigation has to be very easy for your audience in order for them to navigate easily. Okay, since Bridget is a blogger, the website is going to be a content-based website. That means the front page will be a bunch of content, like a bunch of blog posts. That's the design. Okay, what's up, Bruce? Thanks, man, for coming in. So those are the questions that you need to answer. You need to think about, you need to answer them, and make sure you have the content ready. I already told Bridget to make sure you create a content for your About Me, which is about the company or about the brand or about the website. Talk about that. If you want somebody to work with you, create a page that says work with me. If you provide some services, have a service page and a contact for somebody to contact you. Yes, they will get lost, leave, and not come back. So that's why we have to keep it very, very simple. Sometimes, you know what? It is funny because sometimes we focus too much on the cosmetic or the bug spray. We focus too much on the cosmetic that we tend to forget, right? The affiliate, we can talk about that later, okay? The stores affiliate, we can talk about that later. But first thing first, get the basic up and ready. Get the basic done. All the other stuff about affiliate marketing, link building, SEO, does not matter at this moment. What matters, those 5 or 4 questions that you answer them, have the content ready, build the site, then we can talk about a step-by-step how to improve it and how to do all the other stuff. Does that make sense? Because here's the thing, here's the philosophy. If I can fix my shoes, why do I want to buy a fancy dress or fancy pants? Just fix one thing at a time. I don't know what kind of analogy is that. But how can I put my website at the top of Google? Okay, that's SEO. We'll talk about that later. The organic search engine, good question, but that's going to be something else. If I have some time today, I will answer it at the end. Okay. So those are the 4 or 5 questions. I don't know, 4 or 5 questions. Okay, so make sure those are done before you even buy the domain, before you even get the web hosting. Does that make sense? So there you go. If you all enjoyed this so far, please click on this little guy right here with 38 number, then click Twitter and share it so everybody else can share it. If you want to invite your friends and family, you're more than welcome to invite them. Okay. All right. So let's do this right now. I'm going to flip the screen and explain to you. What did Bridget, she purchased a domain name from namecheap.com, and she also purchased a web hosting through them, which was the most affordable one. I think it's like $30-something a year, and that's it. So let me show you real quick. I'm going to flip the screen. Hold on a second. So this is Namecheap, okay? There are so many hosting providers out there that I can recommend. There's so many, but in her situation, this is what she bought and this is what she wants to go with, so that's fine. So basically I told her, go to the, yes, of course, you need to have, excellent question, Robin. Yes, Jen. So you do recommend, yes, you have to purchase web hosting because this is where you are going to install the WordPress application to build your website, okay? I do recommend SiteGround, HostGator, WP Engine, but the price is different, okay? So once you buy the domain address, which could cost you like $10 a year, you can get the most affordable hosting. So under the Namecheap, Bridget basically purchased the most affordable one for right now, which is this one right here. It's like $10 a year, but after that it's gonna be like $38 a year, which is not a bad deal, okay? So she went ahead and purchased it. Once that is purchased, of course you're going to get some sort of email with all the access. And what you have to do, you have to log into the web hosting account, which is from Namecheap. Or this is not GoDaddy, this is Namecheap, but GoDaddy is another option. Thank you. You can once you get the information, you log into what we call it the cPanel or the control panel. Okay. So here we go. This is the cPanel. Okay, for Namecheap or the control panel. So if you purchase it through Bluehost, HostGator, JustHost, MonsterHost, they all look similar in terms of the control panel. SiteGround has a similar thing too. I think GoDaddy just started it. So this is how the cPanel looks. Now, if I'm very fast, just stop me. I'll do my best to go slowly to show you step by step how to install a WordPress, a self-hosted WordPress application on your domain so you can have your own self-hosted WordPress, because this is not the WordPress.com. We're not talking about the WordPress.com. This is not the WordPress.com. Yeah, Joan, how you doing? Good to see you. So this is WordPress.com. I don't recommend using this because you're under the control of the WordPress.com platform. For any business, I recommend that you get the domain from anyone and make sure their hosting provider has the web hosting. Okay, so this is one I'm going to recommend, WordPress.com. Now, somebody say, if you don't want to go with WordPress.com, go to WordPress.org. Well, WordPress.org is not a platform for hosting. They are a forum with all the developers and all the themes and all the plugin. You don't usually sign up through them. They actually partner with Bluehost. So when you sign up through them, it's actually an affiliate that is linked to Bluehost, and you're getting from Bluehost. That's a good question. Learn first. Let me answer this. I do recommend many web hosting. I recommend SiteGround. Let me show you. I recommend SiteGround. It's one. They have an excellent customer support. They have a 24-hour call and chat system. That's a SiteGround. It's one that I recommend. Okay, very, very affordable. Another one I recommend, it's kind of a little bit pricey, but it's called WP Engine. They specialize in hosting WordPress, and so that's another one. But their most affordable price start like $30 or $29 a month. Okay, it's a WordPress hosting. So that's another one that is very good. Another one called let's see, Get Flywheel or Get Flyway is also specialized. Yahoo honestly sucks. I'm sorry to say that. Yeah, Yahoo unfortunately sucks. So I guess LaShawn, it's time for you to switch. Okay, so this is Flywheel. They also specialize specifically in WordPress hosting. That's what they specialize in. Okay, not just any kind of hosting. I mean, there's so many. Rackspace is another one, but they're very expensive, like $150 a month from Rackspace. So I still like HostGator because the support is still great. I know a couple of, I think last year or last year before, there was some issue that happened, and for some reason, a lot of people, you know, especially the internet marketers, keep you know, hammering it with a lot of bad publicity, but it's still good. Bluehost is fine. Bluehost is still fine. Yes, actually, WordPress uses Bluehost. Bluehost is one of their main provider. So that's when you go to WordPress.org, that's what Bluehost uses. Yes, SiteGround, I love SiteGround as well. Then you have I think five sites. There's so many out there. So let's go back to the main thing, which is what Bridget purchased, and that is the Namecheap. Okay, so use that to customer support a lot when I need help. Okay, so this is the control panel for Namecheap, and now I'm going to show you guys how to install WordPress for her domain. The first thing I need to do, I need to make sure that the WordPress application is available, and I'm going through all the control panel, and looks like boom, there you go. So I see that they have a WordPress application. There is Joomla, there is Expression Edge, and all the other CMS platform, the Drupal, but we're going to go with the WordPress right here. So let's go ahead and click WordPress. Okay, once we do that, here we go. It is asking me to install, and by default it will install theme 2015. That's how the theme looks like. Okay, when I scroll down, I'll color more information. All I need to do is right now, Bridget, I need to just go ahead and click on install. Okay, once I click on install, don't do anything right here. Choose the protocol, leave it as it is. The name of the domain is the Cure Vegan, right? The Core Vegan. That's a domain address. We can leave this empty in directory. You don't have to touch it. When you scroll down, database settings, excuse me, the database already set up for you automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. Now, name of the site, by default, it says my blog. Yes, after I'm done with the installation, I can probably tell you that, Joanne. Okay, so right now, the name of the site, of course, which is, it's not a blog. The name of the site is the Core Vegan, right? The Core Vegan. There you go. That's the name of the website. You don't need to, because I'm not typing the domain address. I'm just putting the name, because the domain is automatically selected right here with the HTTP. That's all you need. Then choose the domain name. That's the actual domain name. It's selected automatically for you, and it's asking me for the name, and the name is the Core Vegan. Okay, and the tagline. If you have a tagline, maybe I can call it. I don't know. For now, you can change it later on. What should I call it? What should I have for the tagline? Bridget, should I call it the foodie blogger or the vegan blogger? What should I put for the tagline? This is for you on the website. You know, site description. I gotta put that. So what should I put? Let me know. 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 What should I put? Foodie blogger? I don't know if I pronounced it right. Okay. Yeah, but what should I put for a description? A bug spray? What should I put of a tagline? Help me out. You're a foodie blogger, so what should I put? Should I put the vegan blog or the vegan blogger? Or I mean, we can change it later on, but for now I need to put something. I'm gonna put I don't know if I pronounced it right. Foodie blogger for now. Okay. Foodie. There you go. Foodie blogger. Okay. Making vegan fashionable. I love that. I love that. Making vegan fashionable. There you go. Did I pronounce it right? Making vegan fashionable. Y'all see this? Making vegan fashionable. All right, cool. Yes, we can talk about that, Joanne. Let's go ahead and just finish this installation. We'll get back to that if we have time for sure. Okay, so there you go. The description is, which is the tagline, the car vegan, and the tagline is making vegan fashionable. You don't have to click this thing right here where it says enable multi, whatever. Leave it empty, don't check it. This is for like multi-site. You don't need that. Now, for the admin username, never ever use the admin. This is going to be very problematic for hacking. Okay, you need to put your own, username. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same username you sent me for the cPanel. I'm going to keep the password the same so you can stay consistent. Okay, so let me go ahead and flip the screen so I don't want anybody to see your username and password. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to put Bridget's username and password. All right. Let's see. Did you guys see this? I mean, is it easy? Is it very easy to follow through? Any confusion right there? I mean, after this, you should have no problem installing your own website. Let's see. I'm gonna put the password. There you go, and of course your email address. Where is your email address? Give me a second, folks. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and use Bridget's email address. Okay, there you go. Got the email. love30034@gmail.com. Love. Okay. Here we go. All right, let me flip the screen. Thank you so much. The footer. You're stuck in the footer. All you have to do is just bug spray. That'll fix it. Okay. It's going back. So basically, we use the username. The username, this is for you admin username. Basically means this is how you access your WordPress-based website. Do you have to transfer your domain name? No, not today. It's going to be too much, but I will definitely talk about the transfer domain, Bruce. Good topic. So I put the username right here so she can log into her WordPress-based website. The password, of course, you guys look at the password. I don't know why I did that. It's strong, and of course the email address. Let me scroll down. Then there is an option called limit logins. That means if you log in 3 times incorrectly, it can lock you out. I don't need that right now. Good question. Can I change my admin username later? Unfortunately, you can. You have to create another one and delete the admin username. But before you delete that, make sure you change the author on all the blog posts to the new admin username. Because if you don't, there's a chance you can delete all of the content as well. If you need help with that, let me know and I'll be more than happy to help you how to set it up. Okay, so in this cPanel, they're asking you to select limit login. I don't have to right now. And these are all the themes that you can select, the free themes. We don't need it. All I have to do is just click on install. And let us see what happens. That was a tedious process for me to transfer the hosting server for €9. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work. Yes, you can change the password later for sure. And there you go. Congratulations, Bridget. The software was installed successfully. This is your domain address. This is how you access your domain. So after the .com, right, you're always going to type WP, which stands for WordPress-admin. And of course, you're going to get an email with the same username and password that I sent you. And that's how you're going to log in. Does that make sense? And look at this. You can also tweet. I just installed WordPress. Woohoo! All right. So what I need to do, I can click on this one. And what happens sometimes, once you install the WordPress, it can take anywhere between 4 hours to maybe 24 hours to actually work. So if it doesn't work tonight, don't worry about it. You can check back tomorrow. But if it does, let me go ahead and click on this admin access right here. Okay, and there you go. So this is the login for your website. Let me switch the, let me just put the password real quick. The same password, the username, and see if I can log in. Now with your permission, can I go ahead and add myself as an admin as well in case you need some help? Can I do that? Bridget, can I add myself as an admin? Just say yes. Okay, let's see. So I put, there you go. Look at that. So congratulations, your website is installed and it's ready. That was awesome. Okay, so your website actually right now looks like this. It looks like that. Look at that. So congratulations, you have a website ready and it's done. Okay. All right. So what you can do, you can add a coming soon plugin if you don't want anybody to see your website. We can do that, and I can also add myself as an admin. All I have to do is just go to users. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy. It's not that hard. It's pretty easy. Let me add myself as an admin here under users so I can help you anytime, so you don't have to give me your username and password all the time. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to use my own password. There we go. I'm an administrator. Booyah. All right, cool. Hey, Kim, how are you? Good to see you. Yes, I'll show you how to add a coming soon plugin because some folks don't like, you know, for the website to look like this. This is the theme 2015 by default. We're going to talk about themes and strategies to pick. So let me go ahead and go to plugins. And I'm going to look for just add new. Then do a search for coming soon. Okay. That's the cool thing about self-hosted, that you can get any kind of plugin right there. Look at that. Let me show you how to do it, John. So there you go. I'm going to install this plugin right here, coming soon, Page and Maintenance Mood by Seed Pro. I'm going to click Install Now. Install successful. Activate it. Once I activate it, what happens with this plugin, it goes to the settings. And right here, what it says, coming soon. Click on the coming soon. Okay. Once I go to coming soon, I'm going to select enable coming soon mode. Scroll down, headline, coming soon 2015. You can add copy if you want. You can add a lead capture. You can add your social media links. You can add a form, whatever you want. Just for today's session, we're just going to do it very basic. So there you go. The coming soon is installed. What you need to do right now, you need to log out. I'm going to log out and come back right here to your actual website. And let's see. Boom, there you go. Coming soon 2015. That's it. All right. So how was it, folks? Was that easy or what? This is just the install because later on I'm going to talk about essential plugins to add. But before we even get into technicality, awesome sauce for sure. Okay. Thank you. Yes, that was the step. Okay. So this is just for today, and please be patient because I want to keep things very simple. If you understand the simple one first, then we can go slowly to the other one because I don't want you to get overwhelmed with so many information. Yes, I'm telling you, WordPress is so easy. Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard, honestly. Can you build a Wix site and plug it in a WordPress blog to it? I'll be honest with you. I'm going to be very biased. That's an excellent question. I don't recommend Wix. I don't recommend Squarespace, Weebly, and all that for many reasons. Reason number one, full ownership. You don't have a full ownership with those websites. With Wix, you're under the control. Like, that's why I don't even recommend WordPress.com. You as a business, you have to have a full ownership. Does that make sense? Like with this hosting, Bridget has the control. I mean, she can move to another hosting if she wants to. She can download and back it up, whatever the heck she wants with the website without any rules from the other party. With Wix, let's say your business grow and you want to add, yes, thank you. If you want to add a membership plugin, a forum plugin, a e-commerce, you can do that with Wix. Does that make sense? Maybe Squarespace, but with WordPress, because it has an open source community of amazing people that love giving stuff for free. Because here's the thing. In any state you are in right now, or in any country, when you go to Google, type, let's say, New York WordCamp. WordCamp, it's a nonprofit organization that is run by WordPress, It's an event that happens worldwide where they bring all the expert, all the developers, all the entrepreneurs, and you can pay like 20 bucks only. 20 bucks, that's it, to get in and learn everything for like, not that much, and they give you food and everything too. I thought you could build a site with Wix and host somewhere else. You can, you can get the domain, but you're still putting Wix. But again, I don't personally recommend that. Okay, I think WordPress, as you guys saw, is very simple. Pay the domain for $10 a year. Pay $50 a year for the hosting for now, and that's it. But the beauty, you have a full control. You see, the problem is people say it's difficult because they focus on what? On the cosmetic. They focus on, I want this color. I want this thing to pop out. I want this cat showing up. I want my dog's picture, right? No, forget all this stuff. Focus on the usability factor. Focus on, getting the traffic that I need. Focus on making it very user-friendly. Make it so user-friendly. The beauty of the design, that comes later. You don't have to do it right now. What you need to focus on, get your website up and running. Yeah, but not the WordPress.com. Okay, get your website up and running and push some traffic. Okay, push some traffic, get some targeted traffic to your site, whether organically or through advertising, so you can make money, so you can make some sale. Okay, where's a good place for a free or paid template? I'm so deep into the CPN loss today. Don't worry about that. See, Bridget, that was enough. This is done for now. So maybe tomorrow we'll talk about the plugins and whatnot. But your homework. There's a question Bruce asked. I'm going to answer that question for you, Bruce. Your homework right now is, how many pages do you need? I recommend you should have, because the front page will be a blog page, right? I recommend you should have an about page about you, about what is called vegan. Put some story into it. If you provide services, add a service page. If you have a testimonial, add a testimonial page. Have a contact page for somebody to contact you. And that's it. Just do your homework, write the content for now, send it to me, and tomorrow maybe we can show you how to reorganize it. Does that make sense? 2 days on Wix. Because I'm going to tell you, I'll be honest with you guys, the design doesn't matter. Put the content. Put your content first. Yes, we definitely need SEO. There are different kinds of traffic. There is organic traffic, there's a paid traffic, there's a social media traffic, there's a referred traffic. We can talk about that later on. Okay? So that's it for today. This is all I wanted to show you guys, how to install the WordPress. Bridget, please do your homework if you have time. Share that with me so we can follow up maybe hopefully tomorrow if possible. Okay? Yeah, so about me, work with me if you want. If you do one-on-one consultation, add a work with me page. If you provide some services, put that and contact us or contact me. That should be enough for now. Okay? You're most welcome. You're most welcome. The other thing, sign up with MailChimp if you want to. Do you use a child theme when you? Excellent question. Yes, you have to use child theme, especially most of our clients' websites are custom based. That's why we use child theme. Now, if you get any theme for free or even premium, and if you use it how they are within their graphic design and the layout, you don't need a child theme. Does that make sense? Child theme, basically, it's a copy of the parent theme. So anytime you install a WordPress, it's called parent theme. Okay, that means everything is hard coded as it is. So what happened when some people customize it, like they go back to they go to the back end. I'll answer that question. If I didn't answer, please repeat it so I can answer again. So, Joanne, everything is hard coded. So if somebody goes on the back end and mess with the code, and if WordPress sends an update and you do an update, it can break the site. It can default back to how it was. So what the developer do, they make a copy of the whole parent okay, theme. Then we call it child theme. Then we activate it on the child theme and work on that. So that means anytime WordPress makes an update and we click an update, it doesn't break it. But you don't have to worry about it. If you're using the same theme as it is without making any changes, then it should be okay. But if you have like a customization, that basically means the whole design is different, then we need to make sure that you have a child theme, because that is something that even WordPress highly recommends, okay? About the MailChimp, no. There's so many out there. There's so many. You can also do a backup on the CMS. Well, it's best that you do your own backup through a plugin as well. MailChimp has a free service up to like 500 subscribers. So if you don't want to, again, if you're under a budget, you don't want to pay, you can try MailChimp. But there's a MailChimp, there is Aweber, Constant Contact, iContact, what is it? Sandpaper, there is Unstop, there's Infusion. There's so many out there. I mean, you can test all of them if you want, but we want to keep something very basic and easy right now. Aweber is also good. Aweber is also good. But for Bridget right now, again, I mean, she's under a budget. We have to make sure that whatever money you invest, you get it back. I coach and train people that sometime if you can find something affordable or at no cost, use that for now, because once you get enough customers, then you can upgrade and you can do whatever you want. Does that make sense? And MailChimp is really easy, just like Aweber. So, Bridget, go ahead and sign up with MailChimp, because for your blog, especially with a foodie blogger, you need to capture targeted leads. So somebody comes to your blog and they love what you do, they love what you write, and they want to receive updated information. You can tell them, get a copy of this, 10 step on how to do an awesome looking vegan burger, and you're gonna capture them. But we'll talk about that later. Again, we tend to keep things very simple, folks, step by step. So today I was just install. That's it, no headache. Okay, maybe tomorrow we'll talk about different plugins. We'll talk about how to put the pages together and whatnot. Okay. So, all right, let's open the door for Q&A. I'm gonna have with you guys maybe another 15 to 20 minutes for Q&A. Okay, so let's go and start asking questions. I'm afraid I already signed up, but thanks. Right, MailChimp, I will get it on. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can use it for free. Okay. All right. So what any more questions? For backup, I use Updraft Plus. Let me show you. I use Updraft Plus. Can I add color to my contact form? Yes, you can. So let me show you. Updraft Plus. Hello. Okay. Updraft Plus. They have a free version and also a premium, but the free one will do the job. You can back up your content to your Google Drive, Dropbox, Rackspace, Amazon, to your own hosting, and it's very, very good. So Updraft Plus is a good backup plugin. Can we see the type of site or WordPress theme up and running site? Yes, I'll show you some example. Now, Bruce asked me a question. Which places I can get the free one? Free theme basically means template, and premium. Now, check this out. Rule number 1. Don't ever go to Google and type awesome free WordPress template, because some of them has some type of loophole for hackers, so they can log into your server and do some crazy stuff. Don't do that. All the free themes is within your WordPress. When you go to WordPress on the back end, you click appearance, add theme. It's all there. It's within the database. In fact, if you go to WordPress.org, all the themes are right there too, and they're all free. Okay. Let me show you real quick. let me switch the screen. So there you go. This is the WordPress.org. So you can see all the themes right here. These are all for free. Okay. And we'll talk about tomorrow how to install it, but they're also themed within your WordPress anyway. Another place to buy a premium theme. Again, for a beginner, I do not recommend buying themes right now, because I don't want you guys to be crazy buying themes like every day and wasting money, because that happens so many times. So Theme Forest is another place where a lot of developers sell themes for like anywhere between $40 a pop to like $60. So for instance, right here, these are the popular themes right here. You see that? This theme right here is called Avada. See that? This is the theme. If you want to see how it looks, it's like ready-made theme for you. Look at that. See? That's how it looks. Okay. So Theme Forest, forest.net is one. I use studiopress.com. I use Thesis and Elegant, but we do a lot of custom. But again, for now, please don't worry about that. Don't go crazy on buying all this theme, and you're gonna end up not knowing how to use it. I'll talk to later on about how to pick the right theme. Are all free themes responsive yet? Yes, most of them are. Good question. Most of them are responsive. Just look at the description that says this is responsive. Okay? Okay. Good question. Come on, folks. Throw your questions right now, because it's a Q&A time. If I miss any question, please ask again. Look at from here. Any more questions? That's it? We're done for the night? No more? Really? To transfer from wp.org. Okay, that's a good transfer to wp.com.org. You actually have to contact WordPress.com so they can release the domain. If you got it through them, then you can add it to your not necessarily .org, but your own hosting. Okay, yeah, because remember, .org doesn't provide a service. .org is just a community. It's a place for developers and for you to go and engage and ask questions in the forums and reviews on plugins and themes. Does that make sense? They don't actually provide a service like .com. Basically, when you have a domain name from any provider or web hosting, they're the ones going to provide it for you. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay. My lake theme, Mr. Lake theme responsive. Well, it should say if it's responsive or not. Do you use Akismet? Yes, I use Akismet. You have to use Akismet if you're a blogger, because you want to make sure that you can catch all those spams. Bridget, let me know if you have any more questions. We'll continue later on, probably tomorrow if possible. If you have any more questions, let me know. I just want to keep it very simple because you told me that this is very confusing and it's frustrating. I hope I simplified it for you. I hope I unconfused you, but I want to keep it basic step by step because I've been doing this for like years. We do a lot of WordPress workshop here in San Antonio and online everywhere else. And is Akismet? Yes, Akismet is free, and they do have a paid version, but you don't have to worry about it. Just use the free version. You're most welcome, Kim. You're most welcome. And by the way, Kim, Maritza Para gave a class here at my workshop, so she did talk about you in a good way, of course. Okay, I'm studying my own homework. Good. Excellent. Excellent, Bridget. All right. So you folks have any more questions? Do you delete Holly Dolly? Yes, delete the Holly Dolly crap. It's a useless plugin. Doesn't do anything. How long does it take for WordPress to release to host? Well, it depends. It depends on them. I don't know. It might take 24 hours. It might take 48 hours. Depends on them. Yeah, Maritza's awesome. She's right here in San Antonio. She's an expert in list building. I recommend you guys check her website, Maritza Para. Maritza Para. Here we go. Check her website. She's an expert. She has a podcast. She's an expert in list building. Maritza Para. There you go. You can take a snapshot. Okay. She's awesome. She's an expert in list building. So, listen to her podcast. Follow her website. She's very cool. Okay. Any more questions, folks, on how to install WordPress and what it comes to the website, what you need to do, what you need to focus on? Next time I get to San Antonio, she told me to let her know. Yes, that'll be awesome. Let me know too, because I'm here as well. Her podcast name is actually Maritza Para. Oh, actually, no. The podcast name is, let me check. You are going to love her stuff, Joanne. Just give me a second. Oh, guess what? I was in one of her podcasts. I can see my face there. Let's see. The name of her podcast. Let's see. Give me a second. Give me a second. Actually, I believe it is Maritza Para or Easy Online Marketing. But if you go to her website, if you go to her website and just scroll down, as you can see, she did an interview, a podcast show with me. See that? Okay. And just go to her website, Maritza Para. That's MaritzaParra.com. Okay, Maritza Para. EasyOnlineMarketing.com. That's the website also. EasyOnlineMarketing.com. This is where she got all the podcasts, Joanne. EasyOnlineMarketing.com. Yep. Well, it's the same thing. Takes her website. Okay. All right. All right, folks. Any more questions for tonight? I hope that was beneficial. I hope that was very, very easy. Static versus blog front page. Yes, right now with Bridget, she wants to do a front page as a blog, so it's not a static page, it's a content based. Who asked the question about looking at some samples of website built on WordPress? Did somebody ask me that question? So let me show you real quick. So Maritza's website is built on WordPress. It's custom. Okay, it's built on WordPress. She was an Oprah show. Yeah. Okay. One of my clients, let's say Asperger 101. Yours is awesome. So this is another WordPress-based website for an amazing lady, Jennifer Allen. She's the one that runs this organization right here. As you can see, there's a title, snippet, and an image. That's how you should make the blog look like, and continue to read. So that's a WordPress-based website. Okay. If you look at Michael Hyatt, he also uses WordPress. I mean, a lot of people use WordPress. I mean, heck, my own website is in WordPress. Okay. This is my my company site. This is also built on WordPress. It's all custom. Okay. See that? All right. So these are all custom based. So you can do so much stuff with WordPress for sure. Joanne, I need to look at your website so I can give you some feedback, okay? Bridget, did I'm sorry, I missed that comment. Can you repeat it? So Joanne, yeah, I mean, if you want me to look at your site, just send me, tweet the information to me, or what you call it, Facebook it to me. I'll look into it and give you some feedback. And this is my brother right here, Ismail. You see that? That's actually my brother. Yeah. So have you ever used the Weaver Extreme theme? I heard about it. A couple of my associates used it, but I had no experience, because what happened is I honestly don't build it myself. I have my own team. I have WordPress developers, WordPress coders, designers. I basically close the deal and let them do the work, so I can do more fun stuff like teaching and coaching and, you know, having fun at scoping. Okay, that's why I have time to do this stuff. But I have my own team that does all the work, you know. So we actually use Studio Press, because the reason they like Studio Press, because, you know, coders, they're like geeks, just want to play with code. Some of my developer, you know, code from the mobile device, okay, and they want to start from scratch. They don't like just to grab a theme. But for our clients, if you want to make something quick and fast, I heard of the Grid, but I didn't test it. Yeah, the Grid is like the same guy who made Coin, the card, right? The credit card where you can put so many credit cards on one machine. Those are the founders of the Grid. So what they were saying, that you can put all the information and the Grid will make a website for you. Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see how that's going to go, because when you build a website, sometimes it's not about the design. It's about, again, usability. It's about how easy it is, what you want the customer to do. And if you have a complicated website, like let's say a banking system, you can use the Grid to use the banking, you know, platform website. If you have a website that requires some sort of payment process and whatnot, you can do that with the Grid. But I think it's an interesting concept, and their technology is not actually new. It's actually old. I think based on IBM, some technology. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's very fascinating. So we'll see what happens when they come 100%, and we can test it and see what happens, right? Rocky, in the house. In the house. What's up, brother? We're almost done, man. It's a Q&A time right now on WordPress and whatnot. I used the free specialist theme. Oh my God, it was hard to do. So to hear that, maybe we can look into it. Okay, maybe we can look into it. All right, folks. Any more questions? Excuse me. Any more questions? I hope you found this beneficial. I hope you liked it. If you want to share, feel free to share. It's up to you. You know me. I don't ask for too much. Anything else, folks? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. Thank you. So good. Yeah. Thank you. I like to help. I love to help. I love to provide. You crack me up. Of course, I'm a cracker. That's what I do. I crack people. Crack them up. What's going on, Taylor? Sorry, brother. Just, we're almost done. It's a Q&A time right now for, we basically installed WordPress, and I showed everyone how to do it on the Namecheap. I'm too funny. Really? So I was basically showing how to install WordPress using Namecheap hosting, and that's about it for tonight. Tomorrow I might talk about different things. So we gave the owner of the website some homework to write some content, because people tend to focus on the look in the design. Should I build a landing page? Should I have a, I don't know, Stan Lee's picture right there? Should I have, Arnold, get to the chopper now in voice? Forget all that. Just keep it very, very simple, very, very basic. Focus on getting the traffic you need so you can start making some money or conversion than just wasting your time to make your website look beautiful. I mean, here's the thing. The so-called secret sauce, there's no secret. When I was doing my online marketing business for 2 years, I didn't have my own website, not a business card, not a brochure. But I did have customers. Why? It's because I used to hustle, go and look for customers. Okay? And when I started a long time ago, when I was just starting, I didn't care about, I need to have everything else. I mean, again, it might not work for everyone, but that's how I built my business, Just took action and kind of built it as I grew. Does that make sense? All right. Okay, folks. Let me know if you have any more questions. If not, I can go ahead and just end this scope. Unless if I'm going to talk about a different topic tonight, just let me know. Yeah, that was a short version of the story. Very, very short. Very, very short. But you only have one chance to make a good first impression. You know, that's a very excellent point, Joanne. That's an excellent point. You have to have that impression is true. But think about this. When it comes to design and graphic, are we saying that everyone outside, all these audience, all these human beings, are graphic critic? Are they graphic artists? Not really. So what I'm trying to say is that when you build something, keep it basic. Like, I mean, you can have a nice white background, 5 pages. The exact information that you need is right there. Yes, good content and good graphic. But what happens is this: when people focus too much and not start, that is a problem. Now, I mean, I can show you a website that looks like they're from the 90s, right? And they still get like 60,000 hits. Why? Because they have a specific audience. They have a specific content. So what I'm trying to say: don't create something ugly, right, or unorganized. When you start, keep it very simple. You know. I know, but that's true. But I think sometimes we're overthinking it. I mean, do people really look at this stuff when somebody buy from you? Do they really look at the? I mean, do they? I mean, they don't. They just want to make. Okay, I want to buy this product. It's right there. I got it. Let me show some example real quick right here. Real quick. Let me show you. This is another student that I'm helping, and let's see if the website is coming up. Okay, she's a relief consultant or counselor, right? That's her website. She built it by herself. Very basic, very easy. Her name is, she used Canva to create this. Hey, Alice, how are you? I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'm sorry. That's you know, you see, that's her name. That's a counselor. She made like 5 pages. What do you call it? MailChimp. Very simple, right? So it's not that sloppy. It's just nice and clean. Right, very simple, and it's also mobile based. So for now, that's what she built, and step by step she's improving. Like, she's making some adjustments. She's doing a few things. That's my sister in Islam. That's not my actual sister. She's my sister in faith. Okay, so yeah, I know the name is similar. Y'all look alike. Have the last name, but very basic. And she used to tell me that it took her like, I don't know, a year or so just to have a site up and running. So I've been coaching her, and we just did it right now like this, very simple and easy, so we can focus on the traffic. Because right now there's no traffic. Does that make sense? Or like what's her name, Bridget? She put a coming soon page, and that's it. My advice from experience. I know, it's okay. It happens. My advice from experience: you don't have to have everything perfect. Okay, because most people are not graphic critics. When it comes to copy, yes, you're right. You need to make sure there's no grammatical error. That's more important than if you're writing like Shakespeare. Does that make sense? So make sure there's no grammatical error. Make sure the pages are clickable, no broken links. Everything they do on the website works. Make sure those are taken care of. My site has been involved over 15 years. For hosting, do you prefer a Namecheap or SiteGround? I keep running myself. No one is video. For the Namecheap, because that's what Bridget picked it up, and they are very affordable. I still prefer SiteGround for a very low budget, but like I said, there are many. They're all good, but I prefer SiteGround for a low budget. For a high end, WP and Flywheel and Rackspace. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to say. Don't hang up on, I want to make sure my website looks awesome. I have some client that actually let them go or fired them because that's what they were doing. They're spending a year to build a site because they're very picky over every single small thing. And the project will never got done or never got released because they were just worried about this one color or one, cat picture or whatever. It doesn't matter. All it matters, you take action. You're a small business. You take action. Make sure the grammars are perfect. Make sure that it is easy for the visitor to navigate properly. Like, nothing is broken. And that's it. That's for a beginner. That's it. Then slowly, when you give enough traffic and make sales, then you can hire a graphic designer or web designer to kind of tweak it a little bit and change it a little bit. Does that make sense? But all I'm saying that don't spend 1 month just to build the site. It's not even up because the graphic. I understand when people say impression matters, but I have to disagree with those mindset, because if you're talking about impression matters. It's all about what other people think about me. I don't care. I'm trying to make something basic, something nice, so you can get what you need. If I'm selling, let's say, if I'm selling a candle, organic candle, I'm going to set up an e-commerce website. Here's the product. Why we use this? Because it's an organic, it's good for you, it's healthy for you. Buy here. That's it. Does that make sense? I don't want to be, yes, of course, you don't want to be sloppy and gibberish. That's true. That's why you have to keep it simple. I've seen website, Joanne, they have like freaking 20 pages on the top, so many options, and it's like, oh my God, what should I hit? What should I pick? Does that make sense? But what I showed you guys today is very basic, and it works all the time. Okay, it works. That's what the templates are for. But what I'm saying, don't worry about that. You see, there has to be an objective. Why do you want to have the website in the first place? Do you want to have the website to get customers, or do you want to have or do you want to have the website for a museum? Does that make sense? Hey, look at this website. It looks very nice. There are so many awesome looking websites out there that I know don't even have a single traffic. They make zero money. Why? They look good, but they don't focus on what needs to be done. Does that make sense? I'm not saying don't focus on the the graphic part. I'm just saying, whose phone is died? Bridget, your phone is almost dying? Sad. So sad. So that's what I'm saying. If you start right now, because if you try to get ready, guess what? You are never going to start. If you try to get ready, you are never going to start. If you look at my website, go to Yusuf Chowdhury. It's not even complete. Go to my company website. There's so many things missing. I might still have 1,000 customer hire me. Does that make sense? Just to prove a point that sometimes really it's not about those mundane, those little things. Yes, it's a first impression, but how many actually going to say this is bad or good? Do you think the majority going to say this is bad? We don't know. Because most people don't know how design look like. Most people are like, oh, this looks nice, and that's it. They don't understand what is graphic design. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope I made some sense. But if you have money, sure, we can do an awesome graphic looking design website. But I'm talking about small people that start. I mean, I have companies, of course, that pay me like 10, 20 grand to build a site, $5,000 to build a website. Of course, we have to have a copywriter, graphic designer. That's just for that budget. But we, as a single one-on-one, wearing all the hats for somebody under budget, for somebody that just wants to start a business, I think you just let it up and running. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just make sure that everything works. That means no broken links. The grammars are good. Whatever they need, they're looking for that. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right. Any more questions, everybody? Right. That's another thing. Just because you have a specific mindset, that doesn't mean people are going to think that way as well. Does that make sense? At the end of the day, again, what is the objective of my website? I want to get more customers. I need to focus on that and sacrifice my belief. I need to compromise my belief. Just because I don't like it, that doesn't mean it's going to work. Like, for instance, when I came to this online marketing arena, I used to make fun of all these so-called list building emails. What is this stupid thing? Somebody going to opt in for how to turn a pigeon? Who would do that? Right? But when I looked at the numbers, I'm like, wow, I was surprised that people actually do it. So I got to follow with what works, even though it kind of, in a way, contradicts with my understanding of things. But I got to compromise and go with the numbers, go with the reality, and also go with the experience. Because from my experience, I think a lot of people get stuck because they focus on that judgmental part, like you're saying. No, just get it up and running. Those are going to look nice eventually. And as I mentioned, and I repeat again, all need to focus on, make sure that everything works, no grammar issues, and that's it. I'm an angel. All right, thank you. I'm like, where's my wing? Right? So that's what I'm saying, because I don't want people to spend too much time trying to get ready, but nothing is happening because they're stuck. I don't want you to get stuck. I want you to take action, move on, get it up and running, get some traffic, get some customers, make some money, then use some of that money and put it back in the project and like that. Does that make sense? So that is my advice, and that's what I teach everyone. For beginners, of course, not for high-end clients. It's a different story. All right, good stuff, folks. I love those questions. Any more questions? I'm here, maybe just to chit-chat too. Did you do it free in the beginning? That's an excellent question. I did for free for few people that I knew. like a chiropractor or a restaurant just to kind of put my portfolio a long time ago? Yes. When I started the online marketing business, this is how I started back at the end of 2005. One of my best friends started a blog called ummafilms.com, and we were basically teaching people how to make movies when we ourselves did not know how to make films. So within 7 months, we've been teaching all the techniques and the strategies and whatnot. After 7 months, he released the first video blog, and that's how we got like 30,000 hits. And this was back in 2006. So within a year, we generated more than 9 to 10 million viewers. And from there, all the small businesses, keep asking us, how did this happen? What is a vlog? What is a vlogging? And back then, Blogger was popular. MySpace was popular. So I used to do everything just to help people because we love helping, right? When the demand, became too much, I decided to charge. Somebody gave me that idea, and I started to charge for consulting. But when I built the website, of course, it was few of them for free. Then, of course, the rest, of course, you have to charge. In fact, for any freelancers, if you're a freelancer, which some I don't like, but if you want to do a website business, if you know anybody locally, you want to build a website for them, you can at no cost and put it on your website as a portfolio. You can, but you don't have to, because remember, I didn't have my own website for more than 2 years, no business card and even brochure, but I still had customer because I was sharing content on social media. People ask me about it. I used to involve locally and I provide, and that's how I developed. Then later on, of course, I made a lot of mistakes in business. I had a mentor and a coach, and that's how I developed. And now I have my own digital marketing firm with 20 people that works with me, from development to programming to mobile app, website, everything. And I built a system where I can, instead of competing with other agencies, I partner with them. So kind of like an outsourcing between a collaboration. That's it. So they can send me all the leads and I'm still getting clients. Does that make sense? So I do have access to more than 200 staff, and we probably help more than 2,000 customers. You're most welcome. You are most welcome. If you all have any more questions, let me know. Okay. I'm sure. Let's see. When the time comes in, definitely work with you. No problem. Of course, I'm here to help. So make sure you jump into my scope if you have any question, because this scope was based on a question that I felt like to answer through Twitter is going to take me to write a full blog post. So I'd rather, I asked Bridget's permission. Can I do a scope so everyone else can learn? She said yes, and there you go. So if you have any question, I can definitely scope about it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Samir Shah, sorry bro, we're almost done. Okay, you better catch the replay, brother. You better catch the replay. All right. So if there's any topic you want me to cover tonight, let me know. If not, I'll just end this discussion. Okay. All right. I guess no more question. You're all good. All right, people. Don't forget, whatever you learned today, make sure you apply it. Okay, because without application or implementation, the knowledge is wasted. Okay. All right. You all have a good night. Enjoy your night or enjoy your day, wherever you are, and we'll catch you up next time. Thank you for joining tonight. I really appreciate it. You all are awesome. I can't even talk. Yeah, awesome. Okay. All right. Good night. All right. I'm gonna go and watch some other stuff. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.